Democrats and double standards when it comes to sexual harassment. Need I say anything more than the name Bill Clinton? Oh, because he was a pro abortion champion, because he was allegedly all for women's rights and empowerment. His wife, Hillary, empowered her. You could look the other way when he's being accused. When woman after woman after woman comes forward saying, hey, yeah, not just we had a long-term affair, but he tried to rape me. Well, he did rape me. And woman after woman with strong accusations, these women got thrown under the bus by feminists, by liberals, thrown under the ones that are supposed to be defending the rights of women and standing for women, threw these women under the bus. Now they're saying, well, we probably made a mistake. Well, we shouldn't have done. It was probably wrong to do that, and we should have given them more credence. Some are even reaching out to the individual women and saying, forgive us for not believing you years ago. Well, now we have a situation where Democrats, liberals, feminists can stand up and do the right thing when there are accusations coming against Senator Al Franken, and he's admitted to wrongdoing on some level, no, not raping someone, all right, not accusations as strong as the ones that came against Bill Clinton, but other accusations that are serious enough, some of which took place while he was a senator. And then Congressman John Conyers, and he has settled, from what I understand, he has actually settled some of the cases coming against him and acknowledged some guilt, but denying several other accusations. So Nancy Pelosi is on Meet the Press. Nancy Pelosi is on Meet the Press. And here's what she has to say. Let's listen to this first clip. Then I'm going to jump in the midst of it. But she's being asked directly about John Conyers. Let's hear what she has to say. We'll start with clip one.
You said there's now a zero tolerance.
Yes.
John Conyers, what does that mean for him right now?
Let's say
in or out?
We are strengthened by due process. Just because someone is accused, and was it one accusation? Is it two? I think there has to be.
All right, so let me just jump in there. Okay, one accusation, is it two? Now, of course, the accusations against Roy Moore, those defending him were being mocked. Well, how many accusations do you need? Do you need 20? Do you need 30? Now, of all the ones that came forward, there were really two that were very serious. But how many do we need? All right, so now she's asking the same thing and saying, note those words, we are strengthened by due process. So now it pushes a little deeper. Listen to what she has to say.
John Conyers is an icon in our country. He has done a great deal to protect women, Violence Against Women Act, which the right wing is now quoting me as praising him for his work on that, and he did great work on that. But the fact is, as John reviews his case, which he knows, which I don't, I believe he will do. I believe that he will. Excuse me, may I finish my sentence? Sure. That he will do the right thing.
All right. One more quote from Nancy Pelosi. Quote, I don't think you can equate Senator Franken with Roy Moore. We're talking about a child molester. Oh, hang on. What happened to due process? What? Miss Pelosi, with all respect, what happened to due process? And Judge Roy Moore is an icon in his circles as standing for the Ten Commandments, as standing for Christian principles. Come on, he was the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and stood on his convictions. I don't understand this, to be frank. You have accusations against Judge Moore. He has strenuously denied them, and there is evidence that is being brought forward that counteracts what some of the accusers have said. All right, John Conyers, from what I understand, has admitted to some of the allegations being true, has even made cash settlements in the midst of some of the allegations. That's what I understand, and is denying some of the others. So he's admitted to some, and Al Franken has admitted to some things. All right. What about due process? What kind of hypocrisy is this? If you're going to call for due process for one, then don't call Judge Moore a child molester. And let's also understand that when you say child molester, if the charges against him were true, they're even being exaggerated as if, he kidnapped a 4-year-old and molested a child. If the charges against him were true, of course he needs to step down. Of course, he's lying about it today if the charges were true, and he should not be serving. Of course, I could not vote for him in good conscience, no matter what other good he would do, because not only did he commit the sins back then, and actually crimes back then, but he'd be lying about them today. He strenuously denies them. Many are the witnesses coming forward verifying his story. Either way, due process. And may I ask, with all respect, if you are doing, and the Democrats are doing, the exact same thing today that they did with President Clinton, because he is as a governor and then as the president, he was an icon. And therefore, when charges come against him, you don't want to say you're throwing the women under the bus, but give him the opportunity to defend himself, and then find a way to not take action against your cultural icons, no matter how big a hypocrite the person may be, no matter how abusive to women they may be, because they're part of the Klan. Come on, let's be honest here. There is no due process that's being asked for when it comes to those that are Republicans or that are conservatives or that are evangelicals. Oh, no. They don't get due process. They are immediately guilty as charged. Let's expose this Democratic, liberal, and feminist hypocrisy for what it is. And again, friends, I mean, look, let me read this quote to you again. Nancy Pelosi, I don't think you can equate Senator Franken with Roy Moore. We're talking about a child molester. If she had said, I don't think you can equate the charges being brought against Senator Franken with the charges being brought against Judge Moore. If she made that statement, and notice it's Senator Franken and Roy Moore, right? Not Senator Franken and Judge Moore or senatorial candidate Moore, but either way, even if that's just a slip of the tongue. If she said, I don't think you can equate the charges coming against them, right, that's debatable. Maybe the charges, the allegations against Judge Moore are more severe. Are they more severe than the charges being brought against Senator Conyers? So many women and the various claims there? Perhaps not. Perhaps the charges being brought against Congressman Conyers are even worse. Either way, they're all bad. And look, Senator Franken, on his part, when he's been asked about did you or did you not put your hand on the posterior of women during photo ops, his answer, I can't say that I have or haven't, to paraphrase. I can't say that I have or haven't. I've taken thousands of pictures. Hey, I've taken thousands of pictures. I imagine he's taken a lot more than I have, but I've taken thousands of pictures, and I can assure you that never, while having my picture taken with a woman, did I put my hand on her posterior. And if you've taken lots of pictures and you're an upright person, you don't need to say, well, I have to review that. No, it never happened, because it's not the kind of thing you do. If someone said, well, are you denying that when this woman, in a scantily clad outfit walked in front of you, that it didn't catch your eye for a split second? I said, I don't remember. This is such an event that you're talking about, but is it possible that I had a quick look the other way with some scantily clad? Well, that could happen. Sure. Someone could catch my eye. I think I don't want to look at that, look away. Yeah, that could happen. But just as surely as I guarantee, did you go into the store that day and buy a porno magazine? No, I guarantee you that didn't happen. No, it didn't happen. Well, it was on this day in 2001. I don't care what day. I don't need to know the day. It didn't happen. Anyway, let there be repentance for all that are guilty. Let there be exoneration for those who are not guilty. And let there be true help to the women who are victims in all of this. All right? But come on. Little due process? Little fairness?